right now we're going to talk some college women's tennis, and with me right now I have Doane College Pete Fiumefreddo, who is the head coach there at Doane. And first of all, Coach, thanks for being on today.
Well, thank you for having me.
You know, it's not very often that we get young ladies or young men going out to Nebraska and go a long way from home, but you've got a pretty good one there from Hononegah High School, Norris.
Yeah, she's fantastic. We were very, very happy that she was interested in Doane and ultimately ended up choosing to come here.
If I understand right, I think she might have contacted you first. Is that what happened?
Well, sort of. What we did last year is we're trying to increase our out-of-state tennis players. So we were looking at the areas that have a lot of tennis players.
Mm-hmm.
In Illinois, we recruited Illinois, Ohio, Kansas, Colorado, Oklahoma, a little bit into Texas, a little bit into South Dakota. We're just trying to hit the bigger population bases. And so we sent out a lot of flyers, just trying to get our program out there. And we have great facilities and great school, and trying to get a little bit more awareness, out of state.
Her school, Hononegah, is one of the biggest schools in the state line area here in Rockford, and she qualified to go to state, had a real good season in the NIC 10. You had to feel pretty lucky to get a young lady like her to bite on that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. A lot of recruiting is you just got to, send out the letters, let them know that you're interested. And sometimes they're interested and sometimes they're not. A lot goes into their decision-making of where they go to school. But, yeah, most definitely we're very happy.
What do you like? What do you like the most about Tia now that you've had her there and she's a freshman? I know freshmen, there's always that adjustment, first days of school, and she's a long way from home. What's the thing that Tia has shown you so far?
Well, she just loves the game. She absolutely loves the game, and at our level, that's most important. She'll stay late and hit. She's very coachable. She's already starting to have a good impact on the rest of the team. Many things are very positive about Tia.
How is she fitting in so far for your lineup this year? I know that I understand that a lot of times you come in there and you have to kind of work your way up and even go through some even in-team tournaments like.
Oh, she looks fantastic. She's great work ethic, loves to play, loves to be on the court. She's going to be battling for the number one spot. It looks like there's going to be three girls that are going to be very close to one another. So it's going to be very interesting. I think that she has a very strong possibility of actually being our number one for this coming season.
Quickly tell us what they do in college tennis. It's a little different than the high school level, right? You have a lot of different opportunities.
Yes, and it's a little bit different as far as each state goes, too. We play 9 total points for each individual match that we have, so there'll be 6 singles and 3 doubles, and each one counts as 1 point. So most of the time you will play your top 6 to 8 players in those positions. But, yeah, it's a dual match setup, basically, and we have 2 months in the fall, which is our off-season, where we'll play a few matches, and then our main season's in the springtime. And we'll play anywhere from 16 to 18 matches then in the spring. But 6 or 7 indoor matches early on, and then by late March or so, we're outside playing our conference matches.
And I think you mentioned to me earlier that you had lost your number 1 player from last year, but you also had a great season last year. So if Tia fits in there in the top 3 somewhere, that's a real good find for you guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We lost 2 seniors in the top 6 last year, and anytime you can add a 1 or 2 on your team, it's fantastic because it knocks everybody down 1 spot and just helps out make the team so much stronger.
Can you tell us real quickly about the GPAC, the conference that you're in?
Sure. Last year we had a record-setting season. We were 14-6 on the women's side, and there are 8 women's teams in the GPAC. Great Plains Athletic Conference. Pretty strong conference overall. There's usually 2 tiers where there's 2 or 3 teams that are really, really solid, and then 2 maybe a notch below, but a lot of good competition, and there's always a good number 1 or 2 on every team. So she'll be seeing some real good players this year.
And I think you get to travel a lot in that league too, don't you?
We do. Tennis is a little bit different than some of the other sports. We play a lot of our kind of matches where we would travel the furthest. We go to a midpoint and play in Fremont, Nebraska. So it works out really nice for the coaches. They travel about an hour and a half, 2 hours instead of the 4-hour trips that you might make in other sports. So it kind of works out nice in that regard.
Well, thanks so much, Coach, for taking time. We sure appreciate it, and we look forward to keeping up on Tia.
Well, thank you so much.
We've been talking to Pete Fiumefreddo, the head tennis coach, women's tennis coach at Doane College. For the StatelineSportsHub.com, I'm Dave Schmidt.